Well, I mean, I knew that was the case, that he was temperamental, or that he may have had an injury at his previous barn, that he just wasn't suitable for riding, especially in schooling classes. And which was another reason that kind of prompted me, like, if I don't take him, and he's not a workable horse, like he's not usable to anybody, then he would be, fair game for just getting rid of a horse. The dog food factory is just what kept coming to mind. I'm like, I can't let that happen. I don't know, I just had an attachment to him right off the bat. So I wanted to know the actual extent of maybe injuries to his back. So I had the vet come out, and I specifically chose this vet because she does chiropractic and laser therapy.
Okay, yeah, so we start feeling stuff back in here, the lower back.
She determined it was something called kissing spines, where there's excess buildup of bone tissue, bone growth in between the vertebra. So, and that's right where the saddle would lay. So, you take the saddle pressure and then you put, a human being on him, and if that's, irritating that point of pressure, he's gonna maybe buck.
That's what he uses a lot. He uses this one quite a bit.
I gave him a year off of trying to do anything. We just did groundwork, and he's been receiving massage and chiropractic and laser therapy to try to get the musculature around those vertebrae to relax and I guess stimulate healing.
Yeah. Good for their circulation, You should always brush your horse because it's a way of, getting the dirt out, but it also enables you to, check over and make sure they don't have any cuts or sores. When you brush your horse, you should always flick the brush. So you're not just brushing like flat. It's like a flick in your wrist. So it flicks the dirt out. So you always want to start at the bottom and work up, because the top is definitely be thicker than the bottom. And this is just like putting moisturizer on your hands or your fingernails. And there are a lot of different ways to do this. I'm just old school. And these stalls have rubber mats in them.
Oh, okay.
See, this is a rubber mat. It's not ground. See, she's a mare. She pees mostly in the back, so I put the old stuff in the back, the new stuff in the front, instead of giving her new stuff to pee all over. Use the old stuff. I mean, it's still usable, so. The vet was floating the horse's teeth, which is they take like a sander kind of thing, and it files the teeth down. It's also good because they don't chew their food right either. They're swallowing parts of it whole instead of it being like chewed up like when we chew our food, so it doesn't digest right. And so that's why it's important to get their teeth floated. You know when you have a filling and like if you chew on a piece of aluminum and it's like with the bit hitting that tooth with that point on it, kind of is the same thing. And a horse usually doesn't need their teeth floated till they're about, usually about 5, my vet told me, because they're losing their baby teeth and getting their big teeth. But once again, have your vet check that to make sure that that's right for you. And so you should have your horse's teeth checked every year, and the vet will let you know if they need done. Most horses it's every other year, but some horses it's every year.
I'm a farrier. I put shoes on horses' feet and do some orthopedic work to them. The main reason we do what we do is to keep horses comfortable and sound. Sound meaning that they can walk around without limping and have free motion.
Now, is crabbing season over now?
Nope.
No?
Nope, not yet.
Is it getting any better?
Oh, it's real good right now.
Oh, okay.
It's awesome right now, other than the weather.
Right, being out there on the water, it's probably cold.
Yeah. But they make things to warm you up when you get done. Like last night, I think I ate 2 big old giant bowls of clam chowder and about a half a dozen hot biscuits.
We only trim some horses, and then other horses get trimmed as well as shod, which is when we nail the shoes on the horse's feet.
I don't think with that is gonna make the difference. No. But she's not gonna get a 3-4 like a thoroughbred.
Yeah.
Chris Farley.
Oh.
No.
He used that line too.
Oh, we did?
I think so.
For protective reasons, some horses don't have really good, healthy feet, and they need shoes to help them feel comfortable. And some horses actually need them for athletic purposes. So that's pretty much what we do and why we do it.
When you lunge a horse, you do it for exercise, or you can also do it to warm them up. If they're crazy, get their bucks out. Also, you can watch them to see if there's any lameness or if there are any other issues going on. And you walk and you trot and you canter. It also teaches them voice commands and to respect you. So when they stop, if they turn into you, that means they're treating you as the boss. They're going to listen to you. And that's basically why you lunge. some horses need to be on depot, which is a birth control that they give to humans. You basically give it, some mares when they go into season, they can be a little crazy. So it helps calm them down so that they're not wound up like with PMS. I always liked animals, and when I was really young, like 4, we went out to cut down a Christmas tree, and there was this pony, but I thought it was a horse at the time because I was so little. And I went over and petted him, and I wasn't afraid or anything. And when I turned around to leave, he jumped, reared up, put his paws on my shoulders, and held me on the ground. And then after that, I just loved horses.